Looking for local? Even more local? CCX Media gives you the option to connect with your community on multiple levels. CCX Create welcomes you, community residents, to connect and experience television in an exciting way. The free TV classes we offer will have you on your way to creating TV, and our wide variety of content can be watched at home or on the go. Connect to what's happening in your community. Visit ccxmedia.org.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to Feed Me Vegan. As you can see, we have a very exciting show planned for you today, but before I introduce my very special guests, I want to say that Feed Me Vegan is a project of the Animal Rights Coalition's Vegan University program, where we like to show vegan cooking as delicious, most importantly, and affordable and accessible and what else?
Fun.
Super fun. So I have a couple awesome people on my show today. As you can see, we have Ryan back today.
Yay.
Yes, Ryan, if you've been watching the show for a while, you know that Ryan helped us get the show up and going and did the first,
8, 10.
several episodes, and it was awesome. And now we have her back today to help us out because Noreen has a, day job that she has to do something for today. I don't know, something important for the world. And we have Dulce from Dulceria Bakery.
Hello.
And we're really excited to have her on the show today. I'm going to let her kind of tell you a little bit more about her business and herself and what we're going to be doing today.
Sure. My name is Dulce, which means sweet, and I guess I was destined to then create sweets. And I started Dulceria Bakery, which is an artisanal Mexican pastries shop. Currently at farmers markets and pop-ups throughout the Twin Cities here in Minnesota. And my idea is
You did that really well. You did the Minnesota accent perfectly.
17 years and can do long O's from
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yes, I know how to do this.
That was great.
Yes, and my idea is to bring authentic Mexican pastries that are not your usual tres leches to you so that you learn about the diversity of flavors and cultures and cuisine that we have throughout Mexico.
And we're so excited you're doing that.
It's awesome. I've got to try a few of the different things that you've made, and it's all been delicious.
Oh,
and
thank you.
It's exciting. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's going to be Halloween, so that's why we're...
This isn't just our aesthetic.
Yeah,
This is
I'm a cat.
this is what I'm a mouse, duh.
Right. All right, so if you want to tell us a little bit more about today and what we're doing, that would be awesome.
Sure. So as you said, Halloween is coming up, but also right after it comes Day of the Dead, which is the biggest celebration for me and my family in Mexico, because it's the day that we honor our dearly departed and we welcome them home to enjoy the earthly pleasures that they don't get to enjoy every day anymore. So when I was invited to your show, I thought, what can I do that's different, unique, that it's still part of our desserts repertoire in Mexico and that really speaks to our culture. And so I decided to make today Calabaza and Tacha, which means pumpkin in Piloncillo Syrup. Piloncillo, it's great for vegans. It's an...
It sounds sexier in Spanish.
It really
right?
does.
It's Piloncillo.
Yes, exactly. Oh, that's so
And-
cute. That's cool.
And it's a wonderful option for vegan cooking because it's unrefined Mexican brown sugar, so there's no charbon, no additives, no chemical processes in it. And so really it's your cooked down sugar cane, and it's just delicious and very, very traditional and used in many of our traditional dishes in Mexico. So what
And Ryan's going to eat
I'm
it.
planning to eat one of these.
you can all soak up on it,
Yeah. Can I just eat it now?
Yeah, totally.
All
I
right.
mean, deer here in Minnesota like to lick on salt blocks. We eat chunks of piloncillo. That's how we go.
It goes really well with our Rockstar shake for breakfast.
Yeah, and if you run out of Monster or anything like that, or you can just pair it and it works well, it's just like
That's
so
perfection.
good.
This is my life now.
Yeah. So today we're gonna start making then our calabaza and tacha. Are you ready?
We're ready.
All right,
We're
let's
stoked.
do
I'm going to
this.
preheat
I'm
the
super
oven
ready.
for you.
Sounds good. So the first thing that I got here for you, and you were talking, Chelsea, about the importance of having cooking that it's affordable and delicious. And one of the things that I want to focus to is in using seasonal ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
And so while this is a very traditional Mexican dish, we usually use pumpkin. But I decided to take advantage of the fact that I shop at the farmer's market with my fellow vendors and get some squash grown here in Minnesota. So for the Calabaza and Tacha, what we're gonna use, it's a red kabocha squash, or really any.
Oh, that's a kabocha squash.
It is a
I always
kabocha
wonder what
squash.
those look like. I don't eat a lot
Now,
of squash. So.
I've been told that there is a sword and set, and we might have to use it.
You might
I
have to
don't
use
know.
the sword.
But
It's
here,
made of plastic though, so.
yeah, I don't know. Pass. I actually once ended up in the emergency room while sword fighting with my son.
Oh no!
Oh yes, people, it happens.
So he won.
He did win that battle. It was a plastic sword, and we were chasing each other around the house. And as we were chasing each other at home, he took a nice swing. Poor thing, he was like 6 or 7. And when I put my hand out, my pinky got bent. And we went very close here from the studio to the hospital. And when I was checking in, and I kept telling the doctor, kept asking what happened. I said, well, I was sword fighting. And then this like random look kept coming. Where
Did child protection come?
I think that's what they were going for. Yeah. And I kept saying, okay, and my husband is with me.
Yeah.
So they're looking at him like, you did this to her.
No.
And then a social worker comes and asks again, so what happened? I'm like, well, I was sword fighting with my son, and nobody believed me for a while until it was very evident that we were not lying. And
How old was your son at the time?
he was like 6.
Oh yeah.
He felt so sad, and when I came home with my cast, he was so sad. But you know, we still play around, we rough house.
Oh, that's great.
Because this is how we bond.
Yes, that's how you do it with boys. Yep.
Yep. So we're gonna cut our kabocha squash. Usually like chunks a little bit about this size, not super tiny. And surprise, surprise, we're gonna keep the seeds and all the little.
Oh, okay.
hairs
That is a
come within.
surprise.
I got you this because I thought you were going to take the seeds out, but you're going to cook it all in there.
We
That's
are
cool.
not. In Mexican cooking, you really try to use everything that you have in your food. Everything has some value. There are things that are kind of gross in texture or flavor, so we have to take out. But this is an awesome squash. So we're going to use all of it, and we're going to continue chopping here our squash. So we're keeping the skin on too, because the kabocha has a very soft skin and is perfectly edible. So again,
Wow, this is cool. I'm learning new things.
yes. So we're gonna keep cutting the kabocha squash so we can put it in a dish.
Is this similar in flavor to pumpkin?
It is very similar. One thing that I learned yesterday, because I didn't know what was the name of this beauty, I was Googling what are the Minnesota grown squash and pumpkins. And what I learned is that all pumpkins are squash, but not all squash are pumpkin. Exactly. So it has a very similar flavor to pumpkin. And you can really do this with any winter squash or with your traditional orange pumpkin. You can cook it. So
It would be a lot harder to cut up a pumpkin like this.
It
Pumpkin
is.
just hard to cut.
it is. It is a lot harder. And also it takes a lot longer to cook. This is very soft, very tender. And also the beauty of red kabocha squash is that it's really sweet and buttery. So the texture that you're gonna get from this is going to be just fantastic.
Yay. Could you use, if it wasn't the season for squash and you wanted to eat this, could you use canned pumpkin? Or wouldn't it work for this?
I don't quite recommend it.
Okay.
And that's why usually this is done around in November for Day of the Dead again, because it's a seasonal ingredient.
Gotcha.
You could do this throughout the year with sweet potato.
Oh, yeah.
You can
That's a good
definitely,
idea.
or with jam. That's another thing you can use. And I think we're gonna reserve that piece. We're gonna cut the last chunk here.
I like this. I like using all the pieces. That's cool.
Yes, we're gonna use the most we can. And that's that. So we're done with this part.
Alright, here, I'll grab that from you.
Thank you so much. And we're gonna cut a
Yes.
couple more things. So once we have our red kombucha all set on our medium-sized pot, we're also gonna then do the aromatic pieces of it. This is a very aromatic dish. And the reason it's because when we want our dearly departed to come home, we want them to find their way easily. And how we do it is through colors, through light, flavors, and aromas. And so for Day of the Dead, it's a pre-Columbian celebration. It did not come to be when the Spaniards arrived to Mexico. It was celebrated by Aztecs and other ancestral tribes in Mexico. And so we're going to add a stick of Mexican cinnamon here with our kombucha or kabocha. We're also going to add cloves, and we're going to be generous with it. We're going to add about 5 to 6.
Oh, I've never
Cloves?
seen actual.
Yes.
It's always ground when I buy it. That's great.
Yes.
Oh, they're cute.
That's not true. I've made you clove spiked oranges before.
No, you haven't, but
Yes,
you
I
should.
have.
No.
Okay, fine. Fine, I will.
I'll make you a clove spiced vegan ham, and you can make me your oranges.
It's just oranges with cloves poked into them
Yes.
as decoration, but they
easy,
smell
Ryan
amazing.
can do it.
So easy, I can do it.
And we're also just going to set this aside. So we're gonna add some water to our kabocha.
Could you do this in your, do you ever use a pressure cooker?
You could do this in a cooker, absolutely. And the difference will be that instead of doing this on the stovetop, you can put all the ingredients together. Today we're gonna do the traditional long version of how to cook it, but you can definitely put it in a slow cooker.
I've just become obsessed with pressure cookers, so that's why I asked.
It is so awesome.
Okay, let's see. What do we want
Yes.
this on?
So we want it in high.
I don't
and
think
this is going-
not working. Shall we cut, friends? And we're starting this boiling. All of our delicious aromatics and our kabocha squash.
Yes. So the next step will be that we're gonna be cooking that for about 10 minutes or until tender. And again, each pumpkin can be or squash can be a little different. So just be mindful, check them, poke them with a fork, with a knife, and it feels good, then it's ready to go. And then the next thing
Don't put your hand in there, though.
Just don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Rinse your hands somewhere else. Please.
She fits right in here.
And then the next thing that we're gonna do is that while that is cooking, we're gonna start with our syrup. And for that, we brought some other special Mexican ingredients. So today we have guavas, which I know you were asking, what
Yes.
are they?
And do you do
can
this?
fill them and see. You can definitely do that, like
Guava?
a lime. Yes, it's a guava, and it's a citrus.
That's so fun
If
to
you
say.
smell it, it's very, very
Ooh.
aromatic. And it's commonly found in Mexico and also in Middle Eastern countries. And so what we're gonna do is that this is what's gonna help us flavor our syrup. So we're just gonna take the edges off here, like the tops and the bottoms of the.
If folks have trouble finding these, what would you say to use in place of them?
You could use some apricots, for example, because
Okay.
they have a similar flavor.
Okay.
You can easily find them in Mexican grocery stores, but also now there's a number of grocery or large grocery stores that carry them,
Nice.
particularly because the Mexican community has begun to move away from just living in the west side of St. Paul or Lake Street in Minneapolis. So there's a number of places here in the suburbs, right here by the studio, at a local grocery stores. I have found guavas.
Oh, nice.
Usually find them easily through the fall and winter months because, again, it's seasonal. We're going back to those seasonal. So we're gonna put our guavas. And the next thing that we're gonna add, it's Ryan's new favorite snack.
It tastes like candy corn. It really does.
Can I taste yours
So
that
if
you're
you
eating?
if you miss candy corn, because it ain't
So
vegan.
this is our piloncillo, again, and it usually comes in these kind of cones.
It's delightful.
Right?
It tastes like
candy corn.
you know what it tastes like at Thanksgiving when you make the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top?
Yes.
That's exactly what it tastes like to me.
I don't
Yes,
eat sweet potatoes.
It's like toffee. It's like caramel.
so good.
And this is what we use for a lot of our baking for our apple caramel pies. This is what I use for it because it has that buttery, like toffee aftertaste that I really just love so much.
So this will just melt down?
This will melt down. So we're gonna put about 4 medium-sized guavas. It's about 10 to 12 ounces, or like 1 cup and 3/4 or 2 cups of this sugar. And then we're gonna add again more aromatics. So we're gonna have another cinnamon stick here. And this time we're gonna spice it up with a little bit of peppercorns. So we
I
can
like
put
that.
4 or 5. I'm gonna go for 5.
Little
because
twist,
it's
guys.
fun.
You did put that in the other one though, didn't you?
Yes, I didn't put the peppercorn and the squash. We're only gonna do it with the syrup.
So you wouldn't want it to be too much.
That's
right?
right. And then what we're going to do is that you have 2 different ways to do this. You could either wait until your squash or pumpkin is cooked and use some of the water for your syrup, or you can just use regular water
Or coffee.
or coffee. Why not? Right.
Wine?
Yes.
Cognac? I don't like
And
it.
Well,
it's
looks like a
about
coffee pot.
3/4 of a cup.
Do we need more water?
Nope.
Okay, perfect.
Because what we want is a thick syrup. We're gonna start cooking it this, and this is gonna start to melt, and it's going to smell really, really
I'm
good.
so excited.
And
smell it.
yes.
This is so creative. Do we want this on a high heat or like a?
Yes,
okay.
I think a high heat. We're gonna bring it to a boil.
Okay.
And once it starts boiling, we're gonna bring it down the heat and simmer it until
Let
it
it
starts
reduce
kind
a
of
little
bubble it, so that allows the sugar to caramelize and give us a very nice thick syrup.
This is very exciting. I love this. I love that we're doing something a little bit different on the show today. It's fun.
Yeah. And I know that when you reached out, I was like, well, I'm a bakery. What should I make? What should I cook? And I thought, well, this is very Day of the Dead. I mean, this is something that you found throughout Mexico. No matter where you are, usually we put it on our altar, our shrine. We put different foods. So usually we display pictures of our departed ones. And then we put all the food that they like. So we might add, my grandfather really liked tequila, so we always put a bottle of tequila in our altar.
I love that. That's so beautiful.
We don't smoke, but he smoked, and we put a pack there.
I love that.
We set the food, so we have anything that's aromatic. We light the candles so they can find their way, and we also make pan de muerto, which is yeast bread decorated with just sprinkled sugar, and it's also vegan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sounds right up your alley.
But I wonder if that's not where like Samhain tradition comes from, of doing similar things. Witchy,
What's that?
where
us more
you're
about that.
honoring your mighty dead.
Ah.
It sounds very similar.
Yeah, that's cool.
Might
Yeah.
be.
I really like that. I'm going to incorporate that into my things that I celebrate.
There's a lot of wailing and crying.
There's wailing?
Sometimes. Depends how much you liked the person who died, I guess.
This is a very dark episode, guys. I'm wearing a tutu, though. So, I mean, how bad can it be? Cats wear tutus
It brightens
now.
it up.
Yeah. All right.
Lightens the mood.
Oh, tell us about some of the other pastries and baked goods that you make, because I got to try some of the, I think they were Mexican, like, wedding cookies.
Yes.
Those were really good.
Yes.
And then the churro.
Tell us about what sold
Yes.
out at Herbivorous Butcher.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I was very fortunate that Herbivorous Butcher opened their puertas so we could bring our big and baked goods to everybody, including Ryan.
But I didn't
who
get any.
Unfortunately, didn't get
She was too busy
any.
working.
Shame on me. And we made a lineup of vegan pan dulces. So we had Mexican wedding cookies, which are made with toasted walnuts, vegan butter, powdered sugar, and flour. These delightful little cookies. It's it's like
They were
scoop
so good.
and crisp, and they are so tasty with organic powdered sugar. And then we had conchas, which is the traditional Mexican breakfast roll. I think that you have seen it before at the market or
Yep.
so.
I tried that. It was really good.
And it's, again, a yeast bread with distinguished by its colorful top. And it's called concha because it means seashell. And that's what the top
Yep.
it's meant to resemble. And it comes in colors. We have white that stands for vanilla. Pink, that in Mexico you grew up thinking it's strawberry. There's no strawberry flavor in it whatsoever. It's vanilla. And then there's chocolate tops, which do have chocolate and cocoa on them. And what else do we have? We have alegrías, which means happiness. And it's an amaranth seed, dark chocolate, raspberry tart.
Oh, that sounds really good.
And again, also for a vegan diet, amaranth, it's also an ancestral grain. Again, we go back to our artisanal ancestral recipes because they are healthy, they are delicious, they are fun. And that's in Mexico what we usually have as our energy bar, an alegría. And it's customarily made with honey, but knowing as vegan consumers, I was trying to think, what can I do so that people can access this and be mindful of their diets and their choices and their values and their needs? And so, well, fair trade chocolate that's dairy-free comes together. And we also made some churros because
They were so good.
they are vegan. And again, bringing Mexico and Minnesota together, this fall we made apple cider churros.
That sounds so good.
They are tasty.
I didn't get to try that.
I missed out on all of it.
I know.
I got some delivered to me by Noreen. Thanks, Noreen. It was awesome.
She did show up. She's like, "Can I get a stash of stuff here?"
They were
And
really
did.
good.
And
I
so
really
I guess I
liked
know what I'm
the-
doing this weekend.
Yeah.
On the farmer's market.
Come to the market. And it's easy because we just started doing this 5 months ago. I had a full-time job, people. I work at
people.
I work at a private college
Oh.
with students like myself, first generation, means I'm low income and multicultural. And going to college when you don't have anybody that knows how it goes, it's very scary and you need a little bit of help. And that's what I did. I work primarily with Latino students. I also work with undocumented students regardless of where their country of origin is. And after 13 years of it, I'm just loving it. I was looking for a new way to build community, to create awareness of Mexico, particularly I think now There's been a lot of misinformation about what Mexicans are and are about and how we contribute and are part of the society. And so I thought, how can I engage people?
Food's
And
the way
it's
to do
through
it.
food.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Sure is.
And so I started to doing churros. I mean, who doesn't like to be friends with somebody who makes churros?
Everyone wants to
I
be
would have been friends with you the other day, but
I
you
know.
were out.
Now
so.
I have to make friends with Ryan. I have to make her some churros and conchas, and you know the whole nine
And
yards.
people do
Can
want
we
to be
move
friends
in
with
with
me.
you?
Yes,
Do you have
let's
a s-
move in.
do you have a
Can we
spare
move in
room?
with your family?
Yes, you can move into our house.
Will you adopt
Perfect.
us? I mean, we're the
I
same
will
age,
take you
but
in.
will you still adopt us?
Yes, the more the merrier.
Perfect.
So as you can see, this is cooking really nice.
That melts pretty
it
fast.
melts really fast. I mean, those chunks, you saw how big they were, and they just started like simmering down. And if
It
you
smells
wanna just,
amazing
like,
in here, you guys.
I was gonna
It
say you
smells
can
so good. Get your face in
do
here.
this. Come on here, because you are loving this. It's so good.
Come to my nose.
It smells like fall.
Ooh.
It smells like.
does.
Yes, it does. Does
It smells cozy.
You can, and I mean,
Cinnamon.
cinnamon, and it's Mexican cinnamon too. I try to use as many Mexican ingredients that I can
Yeah.
because their flavors are very different. I use only Mexican vanilla in my pastries, for example, too, because it's sweet and buttery.
It's the best kind.
It really is, and finding it here, it's hard, but we know that we can source it directly from small farmers and communities that we also not have fair wage.
I buy it by like a half gallon when anytime I'll go to Mexico for vacation or something. My grandparents used to live on the border of Texas and Mexico, so they would always get me the big things of vanilla, and it is
So
the
you
best
are
kind.
familiar with all the pan de dulce and all those awesome things. Oh. And then if you can see, our pumpkin is looking really
Yeah.
good too. Ooh, it's starting to smell so
squishy.
good.
So
people.
squishy.
I'm telling you, this is.
It is actually getting soft already.
It's getting soft, right? It doesn't take long. It really, really doesn't. And really, we're
I'm so
gonna.
excited about this.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So you can just eat these seeds, and you can just eat the peel too.
You eat the peel. You eat the seeds.
No way, dude.
Yes,
No,
indeed.
no way, dude.
Yes, dude. I know, it's something totally different. And you will find different recipes online. Some people will scoop everything out. You can scoop actually the seeds if you want, and then you clean them. You can put them in the oven with
Oh,
salt
yeah.
and toast them with a little bit of like tajin, which is like chili powder with
Oh, yeah.
lime.
That would be amazing.
It's an awesome snack.
We're moving in.
or nooch and garlic salt would be delicious
Yes.
too.
Oh,
That would be
sounds
make them a little
so
cheesy
good.
and. Look at how it's all melty now.
I know, it's all melting.
I want to put it in my mouth.
All right, so our squash mixture is all nice and tender. I'm gonna show them a little bit maybe, but you can see it just squashes down. Squashes. Like it's squash.
It's a squash.
Yeah.
Nice and soft, ready to go. It smells amazing. And our sauce here is nice and it's so good. It smells so good. It's like you can see it's kind of sticky and getting a little bit thicker. And oh, is that okay if we smoosh it? Are we gonna strain this?
No,
Smoosh
we're
it.
gonna eat them too.
Oh.
Everything we eat. So those guavas.
So that's okay.
I think you're gonna love them, Brian. I think
Okay.
they're gonna be your next favorite.
But this
fruit
is what
in
I
the
want to
world.
eat right now.
You
Oh yeah,
should
yeah, yeah.
Eat it.
So we have a little sample of the sauce, so we're gonna.
So
Oh, this
once
is
it
really sticking.
cools, it will get really syrupy. Right now it's a little
How is it?
hot.
How is it?
It's super good. I want to like watch Pacific Rim and get weird with this.
What's Pacific Rim?
Transformers. But look at that. And we're just talking about how you can use it, for your pancakes or waffles or caramel apples, or just as is.
I
because
love the
why
way
not?
that the guava makes it a little bit.
It's a very interesting
Yeah,
texture.
I love it. And it's
Yeah.
nice and caramelly.
It is, and
Oh,
it will get a
ding.
little.
We're done.
Ding, ding, ding.
Put a fork in
right.
us.
So really, at this point, all we need to do is that
sticky.
we're going to combine our syrup, including the guava, the cinnamon stick, the peppercorns. Do not be scared of the flavors. Embrace them.
look at how
They
good
are
that looks.
I'm not scared
so
anymore.
Good. You can
Good.
see just
Can I
how it
just
like
drink this?
folds, and it's beautiful.
Do you want to use a spoon?
For caramel.
Look at her. Look at what she's doing.
This is what we call a sugar high, and
Yeah.
it is totally worth it.
So let's review. So Ryan today has eaten. Is that your second rock star?
Third.
Third rock star. We film in the morning, so it's about 10:30 right now.
You didn't talk about the weather this episode.
Oh, it's lovely
It's been a while.
outside. It's a
It
lovely
is.
fall day. And so Ryan has had what was it? Three
Three.
rock stars? Three
Yep.
rock stars, a cube of Mexican
I
sugar.
was out late last night.
and
Look at these bags.
and some delicious caramely syrup sauce. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's where we're at, guys. All right, so you want me to take this out of here?
Sure, we'll take that one out of here, and then that one, it's already thick, and this will thicken as well.
Oh my gosh.
So today I brought some little balls from Mexico, because every
about this
time
guy?
that my mom, and yes, and because we are celebrating Day of the Dead.
Ooh, look at
And
how
it's gonna be all sticky
oh
now.
my
I hope
goodness,
that's okay.
Look at that. And this dish, I'm just coveting this dish. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Look at that.
Day of the Dead.
Wait, be in there.
We're good at TV. Okay, so you want me to dump this in here?
Yes, we will just
Combine
mix it
them all.
We will bind it all, and then now you know what it looks, and you can see how much
Oh
thicker
yeah, look at that syrup.
is.
Oh yeah.
It is so good.
Hey,
I'm
I have more
telling
for you.
Hey, can I stir?
Yep.
Like an adult?
Like a
Like
cooker?
an adult that does
Like
Like
someone-
a child that likes to have fun. That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's kind of me.
My kids like to help me cook.
Right?
They mainly like to decorate cookies and like put the cupcake liners in the muffin pans, but that's still good
If this wasn't so sugary, I'd be a little bit scared of it.
because it's vegetables.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's vegetables.
There's squash that's
and there's
pumpkin-like.
fruit, there's guava. So yes, you got
Are these
all-
the little seeds from that?
Yes, guavas are pretty seedy. They are very, very seedy, and
Am I
you
gonna
eat
hurt
them
myself
too.
if I touch it?
Well, do
I
you have
don't know.
asbestos hands?
No.
Well, try it and
do I?
tell
I don't
us. It is hot.
It's all right. It's not too bad. I'm not gonna die.
Blow on it.
You blow on it.
Fine.
No boyfriends. There's no candle here. All right, I want to eat this. All right.
All right.
Okay, let's eat. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, these are beautiful. You guys, look at these really pretty bowls.
These are handmade in Mexico, and every time my mom goes to Mexico, she lives with us here in Minnesota, and when she goes home, she is always bringing me plates, bowls, whatever
Can
she
she be my mom
can.
too?
I will share my mom.
Well, then
She's
she
awesome.
would be like our.
Grandma.
If you're our mom, then she would be our grandma.
Are these oven safe?
These are not oven safe,
okay.
actually. These are usually, yeah, just
They're
good for like,
beautiful.
yes, and it reminds me of home. It's been a long time, so I like to have things that make me feel close, and then you can help yourself, Ryan. Just
Oh,
like
jeez.
good. And make sure to get some of that guava, because you are gonna love it. I really, really, really.
I really want to eat the pumpkin seeds. Is that weird?
Do it.
No.
This would be good. You could probably put ice cream on here too. Yeah.
Yes, you can put
Oh,
that,
yeah.
or in Mexico, you can also drizzle it with milk or coconut milk.
Oh, yeah.
For our vegan version of this dish, you just put a little bit, you drizzle. You can have some ice cream too, and just
This appeals to me on so many levels. I love that we're using all this stuff, not only because that's really great, but also because it's easier. You know, you don't have to.
it is easy. And yes, we can share how to make. Pressure cooker or a slow cooker version too with
Yeah.
you guys, so that you can enjoy it. But yeah, you can try
That's
it.
right up your alley.
I know. Oh my gosh. I want to marry my Instant Pot. I have two now. So, anyway, you guys, I want you to check
my
out these
gosh.
recipes. They're going to be on. We'll post the YouTube video, and underneath
So
you'll see
did
all
you
the
get the
recipes
guava?
that we featured today. And
No,
we're
I
going
think
to
you
try
need
this
some.
now.
I'm missing a thing.
Are you trying
Let
it?
me
Are we
see.
all going to simultaneously
help
try
me.
it?
She needs guava, because I think Ryan this is gonna be her new favorite
my.
fruit. You have to.
I'm a little scared because
No, do it.
Because the
you have to
outside was
try
on
it.
the
You
brave.
really
inside.
do.
It has. I like that peel
And
on
it's
it.
got
I'm scared.
tons of little seeds.
Oh,
It's
so
Am I gonna make a
good.
face? Hot in my mouth.
She's sensitive to temperature. Is it your favorite fruit? Is it your new favorite
Let me
fruit?
think about it. It's a little hot. It's delicious.
Oh, that
I'm
waba
not
is
even mad.
really good.
Right?
Get some waba, guys. It's really delicious.
Yum yum.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. And be sure to go check out your farmers markets and see Dulceria, and you can buy delicious. Everything that I've had has been good. You can't buy this. This is special. But you can make this. So
You can make it
Yum.
home now. Gracias.
thank you. Oh my gosh, it's yum.